Good day. Welcome back to the tavern and the Rogue's Kitchen. Today I'm going to cover making my awesome pizza sauce. This is a pizza sauce I've spent several years perfecting and tweaking and changing and using different methods back and forth. And about a year or so, a couple years ago, I landed upon something that has been consistent ever since. It's an amazing pizza sauce. It seems this evening my youngest boy wants to make calzones, and I'll make my pizza sauce for him. We'll make the bread dough later, or the pizza dough later. But I'm going to show you how it's done. The recipe is going to be up on the website. I think this one here, I will actually put this recipe behind the membership wall at the free level. This will be a recipe available only to free members because this is a really excellent pizza sauce recipe. So you'll want to check it out, and without much further ado, I'm going to go into how it's done and what I do to make this sauce. So let's get to it. So that's a pretty excellent recipe, and you need a couple of things. You need yourself a bowl, you need yourself a whisk, you need some Tabasco sauce, need a can of tomato paste, need some cheap red wine. This is wine I make myself, so can't get any cheaper than that. Well, you don't need the red pepper mix, but this is what's known as the death pepper mix. It's too bad you can't smell that. That's just an awesome mix of peppers. These were grown last year. Multiple different types of hot peppers I grew my first year of growing. Got a few of them, but so it's thus labeled death pepper mix from my oldest boy, who said, "Can I try that pepper?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead." And he burned his mouth for about 20 minutes or so, give or take. All right, spices you'll need: onion powder, garlic powder, the Rogue's Tavern Italian seasoning blend, or your favorite Italian seasoning blend. But you can get the Rogue's Tavern, get the Italian seasoning blend. Go click on the website. It's right there in the store. Onion flakes, basil, and oregano. Okay, simple enough. So first thing you want to do, you got to open up your tomato sauce, and you'll need a scooper of some sort to get it out of the can, because tomato paste, because it doesn't just pour out of the can. That's all right. Old-fashioned way here. I do not have a powered can opener. I had one once when I was a kid. I thought it was cool. As I got older, I realized, the powered ones are a pain in the neck, and they just drive up electricity, and it only takes a few seconds. Besides, if your hands aren't strong enough to run a can opener, you really need to look into stuff. So, pour your tomato paste into the bowl. I'll bring the camera up here nice and close. Just get right zoomed up on that. There you go. All right, get your tomato paste in the bowl. Okay, then what you need, this can here, you need 1 can of cheap red wine. And I always use a spoon to try and get more tomato paste out of the jar. Stir it all up. Then you need your spices, your oregano. Measurements are in the recipe. I've long since quit measuring most of my recipes. With the measurements, once you get the measurements all in there, what you'll need to do is you'll need to adjust up and down depending on what your tastes are. Lots of garlic. I like garlic. It's homemade garlic powder too. Very easy to make if you got the right stuff. Onions, lots of good onion in there. The onion powder gives it a little extra kick. Okay, death pepper mix. Okay, need salt and pepper. Where's my salt? Here's my salt. I like to use I have pink Himalayan salt I use for a lot of my cooking. Usually only in my recipes. Many things I use for regular white salt, but I really like the pink salt. And then pepper. I always use fresh ground pepper straight from the pepper grinder. Uh-oh, sounds like I'm out of pepper. Gotta change my pepper. Yeah, we'll just do that while I'm on the fly here. Do it on the fly. This is what happens when you're cooking and you're making and you didn't check your ingredient levels to begin with. But it's something you get used to in life with cooking. Bang, 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 making a mess, making a mess. All right, get that out of the way. Okay, so I did make a minor mistake that you might want to pay attention to in the recipe while I was doing this. I put in a little too much wine, but that's fine. That means I put in less water. I'm supposed to use half a can of wine and a quarter to half a can of water, but I think I'll be all right. This one here will just have more of a red wine flavor to it. Changes the sauce, gives it that nice robust flavor when you do that. And one of the key things I've discovered with sauces is you need lots of pepper. You need lots and lots of pepper in there. So you want to make sure you put lots of pepper all the way up to your taste buds. I know what mine requires, so I put a lot of pepper in there. And you want to make this early in the day when you're planning to make pizza. Because what you got to do is it takes 2 or 3 hours for the flavors to blend through everything. Then once you're done, you get out your little whisk thing, scrape anything off of your scraper here, get it into the bowl. And I should have set the scraper on the counter, but and then you just give it a good whisking. Stir it and stir it and stir it until it's well stirred up. And that's really all there is to it. Of course, once you get it all stirred up a bit, you'll be able to taste it a bit, but the flavors don't come out for a couple of hours. Yeah, it's going to have a bit more of a robust flavor from the wine. That's okay. I think the other flavors will help overpower it. Cut back on the wine. Wasn't paying all that much attention, but that's life. That's cooking. When you make a mistake, you often find, oh wow, that makes it actually an amazing flavor. So that's it. That's the sauce from the tavern. And back on out of there for a second. Back on up. Okay, and that's all there is to it. To the best pizza sauce from the Rogues Tavern. Remember, you can get the recipe over at theroguestavern.com, and you do got to become a member to get the recipe. This is a recipe I'm definitely going to wrap in the membership section of the website. So go check it all out. Thank you all for tuning in. Other things, make sure you can tune in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. for the live show with Amber and myself, where we get talking about all things, just like being in a tavern in the Old West, where they talk politics and town stuff and farming and weather and everything under the sun. All right. Thank you all very much. That's all I've got now. Take care. Bye-bye.